warm welcome to all of our guests joining us online. My name is Nomonde White-Nlovu, and it is an immense pleasure to be your facilitator today. Organizations need to relook their current value proposition in an age where talent is now highly sought after across the world. This means that we need to think about what our retention and talent strategies are going to be, because a lot of us are at a war for talent. Apart from the challenges presented by COVID, there are other economical considerations that South African businesses would need to make and factor as we navigate through our respective planning.
There's a lot of change that's coming. There's a lot of disruptors. I think traditionally we're very behind when it comes to embracing the world of digitization and technology. COVID has really taught us a lot. We've had to learn to adapt. And the solutions that we procure now, how do they take us forward into the future? It's not so much about recording data anymore. It's how do you analyze that data and how you can have value-adding information to make a difference to the business.
We live in a world today where if you brought back somebody from the 1950s and they looked at you and you told them, I have this mobile device in my hand, and with it I can access any amount of information, whether it's Wikipedia, Google, whatever it is. We have the power today. The issue you have is how do you distill that data into insight? Because we can have lots of data. We've got customer data, we've got economic data, but what does that mean for you as a business?
The items that we identified as being critical now is we have created awareness around the cyber attacks and the increase on the cyber attacks. And I think from that aspect, we make use of a lot of the products that are out there from Microsoft and the likes. And I think the opportunities we're seeing at this point in time is also, when we're moving more remote, it becomes a lot more difficult to maintain and protect the asset, which is our data and our facilities and the employees themselves.
Granted, on the one side, you've got companies like Microsoft really working hard to make the technology more accessible. At the same time, we're seeing companies all over starting to recognize that unless they up their game when it comes to skilling, they're going to be left behind and they're going to be unable to innovate and accelerate more of the change that we're already experiencing.
Let's be honest, in ERP, there's no quick agile delivery, but you can do it in a smarter way. And I think that that's what our customers are now in these last 2 years is saying, okay, I'm now working from home. I like to engage in the channel that I prefer. So I'm using Teams to engage. How do I integrate through Teams into my enterprise platforms, and how do I do that quickly?
I think one of the critical things is being able to partner with the correct strategic partners who are able to enable and facilitate that journey for us. I think if I had to look at it, Microsoft and its tool set from a remote working perspective was something we chose to prioritize within ABSA as an organization as the tools that we need to be able to function remotely. And obviously there's a whole bunch of other partners that we work with to be able to do this pivot to digitization that the organization has actually identified as one of its strategic priorities.
We should be very proud of the leaders that exist within this country. It means that all of us are actively trying to ensure that we solve, not just for the impact of COVID, but to make sure that we leave no one behind. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for the privilege of your time. It has been an absolute honor facilitating this conversation with you today. Thank you so much, and I hope that you have a lovely day further.